Hey, how's it going? I'm going to do watercolor and sea salt with these. And sorry for the glare. And these. I'm going to use that one, I think. Maybe that one. And that one. I'm wondering if... Oh no, those are two different colors there. Ooh, this is like a teal, this one. Okay, so these are Sign Pen Brush Flexible Point by Pentel Arts. And they're fine point. Now let me see. So a unique feature about this packaging is that these stand up. Cool, right? Now the only problem there is these should be lying just like this. Horizontally. And it's a nice sturdy packaging here. Cool. I'm going to use this one. I think I'm gonna use that one. I think. Okay, this is like a teal, is it? And purplish. I have not swatched these yet. What are you waiting for? Next swatching video, I think, is watercolor paints again. Although, maybe I should do these, and these are blendable with water. So I have no idea how this is going to go. Well, we're going to do it. And I was thinking, I don't want to do, you know, I kind of want to do, this is the tip. Small tips. Like, and this is the Oat Art Studio hot press paper, 140 pound watercolor paper. I was thinking about doing this, but I don't think I can do this because I'd have to draw pretty big, color pretty big. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna. Does this look purple? Does this even look purple? It does, right? And there's a sound because this has a texture to it. No, they claim this to be hot press. I did it, I tried it out. What did I use? Coloring media, watercolor, and sea salt when I compared hot press versus cold press paper. Oh, what did I use? I should have watched that video before I came in here. Anyway, I had a really good design with this paper. And off the top of my head, I'm on video, so my brain is not thinking. I think back. I know, this is lovely, the way that the Crafty Cat Lady colors in these circles. But you know, this is a kind of a fine brush here. Will this turn out any good? I mean, this is an idea I had in my head. Sometimes the ideas in my head don't pan out. You know, the reality is much different than the thought in my brain. I will do it anyway. The more I color with this, the less purple it looks to me. I don't know. I said I wasn't gonna talk about the monitor, the field monitor, because that has a different setting, I think, for the color. It's hard to tell. I mean, this is like it's more of a muted blue. This blue is much lighter in color than what I see, well, even in the screen panel. I was also going to do like a practice run with this, and I thought, no, I didn't really have time to do that. I've been grading all day, so we're almost at the end of the semester. Next week is the end of the semester. And so I've been busy with grading. I don't know, 2 little thingies there. So I'll put a couple of little thingies here. Sort of circles, but not really. And maybe one here. And maybe a small one here. Okay. Okay, maybe I should have done this one. I don't know. Wow, that looks blue. That's blue. Oh, this is blue. This is not the same color as the silicone mat underneath this, and this is not a circle, Tammy. Let's just do this. I'm going to draw these in. Probably shouldn't make them that big. And these are supposed to be flexible, but these are not all that flexible. They don't feel flexible. To me, anyway. We'll call this the dot doodle. Ooh, and I have to give you an update on how I'm coming along with my found objects doodle. I'm actually working more on the edges of it. And I purchased the 0.5 micron markers, which are micron pens, which are thicker, so that I could do. I'll show you that eventually. I hope. I always say, "Oh, I'll do this," and then I forget. I'll try and remember. I was working on it last night. After all the grading was done, and I had to wind down. Well, this is pretty boring. Watching me color circles. Are these really circles? They're not perfectly across in diameter. Not really. I was trying to see if there was something else there. I thought I'd go with this one because I think it's a kind of a teal color. Is it? Kinda. Almost look like they're washed out. I think it's the paper, though, that's making it look like that. Paper makes all the difference sometimes. So I was toying with the idea of doing watercolor and sea salt with wax resist, which would be a wax crayon, like taking a white wax crayon and coloring on the picture, and then seeing if the salt would break up the wax or anything like that. I have no idea. If you know, let me know in the comments what you think, that if there's going to be any reaction at all. You know, I don't have a big green color. I need a big green color, Tammy. Look at, oh, here. This is kind of an interesting. This color kind of reminds me of the color I swatched. What did I? Oh, the Derwent one, the Ionian green. This kind of has, especially when I first start out on the circle here. Wait, when I go like that, like that. I think I might add. No. See, I changed my mind right in mid-thought there. I think I might do this one, but I'm thinking, no, I don't think I will. Anything else? You know, I like I said, I have no idea this is going to take because I got a lot of white in here. So I just don't know if we're going to have. But the only way to find out, if not, it'll just be a really cool doodle. We can call this doodle stones, doodle pebbles. Don't shake the water bottle. Okay, we're also going to go with this one again. I can't find the big honking bottle that I have of that too. I have no idea what I did with it. Okay. Ooh. Look at that. That looks cool right there. I think I put enough on. Cool. Take off. Go around the edges first. Then kind of go in a spiral fashion. And hope you get everything. I'm looking at these to see if there are anything? I'm thinking I should have put more color on the paper. I put a paper towel or a couple of paper towels underneath. They're taking on color too. Look at that. Then I can just go like this. I'm telling you, when I was watching, in editing, I was watching the video. And I noticed I was doing a not so good job of getting the water that was ponding on the edges here. And I thought, gosh, Tammy. It was funny. Okay, we have to let that sit a bit. And put down. Now, this next one I'm going to do, I'm going to cover the page. I'll probably fast forward through it because that's what I had to do for the last one. Okay, this next one I'm going to do is the other side of the paper, which is the back side of the paper, and it's smoother. It's not, it still has not such a smooth sound to it, but it's not as textured as the other one. And the other one isn't that textured. It's not cold pressed. It's not cold pressed textured is what I want to say. It's lightly textured. So they are right about that. Okay, let's see. The Ode Art Studio people. So I'm kind of curious, like, what is that gonna make? Is this a purple? Of course it is. And I don't know. Pick a color, any color. Tammy, pick a color. Or see, this is dark blue, dark purple, and this will probably be maybe magenta. Although last time I tried, you know, this similar color with the Meeden paints, it was too pink for me. So let me see. I don't have a green. How about that green? Does that look like sap green? It looks kind of dark green. It does look like sap green, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to go with that one. We'll go with that one. Oh. Oops. Oops. So I want to check out this color too. Alright, see? That looks to me like it's going to be too pink. Well, I don't know. Of course, I'm also coloring the paper towel, not the paper. That's your basic blue. Okay. So this one is much brighter than what the barrel shows. Much brighter blue. Okay, so for this one, I will try and... I'm going to just do the diagonal method. And fast forward through this, of course. So, it looks really cool. I like it. It looks cool. Now, I don't know if you saw it or not, but when I was coloring it in, then I started doing shorter ones, and I was just doing like this one too. Although this looks like it needs more. Just shorter strokes, like there or there. But I was doing it here with this blue one and with this light blue one. And a little bit with this one. And with the corners, of course, it's easier to go straight across. And this was looking really cool when I was doing it straight across. And then I got over here and I was like, oh, talking to myself and, you know, like, oh, you messed up there. But I didn't really mess up. Okay, get on with it. I need like an aerosol can of water. It's like I just spray all the way across, you know. Am I getting everything? I certainly think and hope I am. Whoa. Cool. Okay, you know I'm going to use this other one. Just because there's more in it. It's definitely buckling. I added a lot of water. And this time around, I didn't wet the paper first and then put the marker on and then... But I think with the watercolor markers, it's best not to do it wet first. Wet paper first, anyway. Then I can do that with watercolors. But I don't know if I'm going to do that again with watercolor paints. Okay, do I have everything? I'm going to look on the screen panel. The screen panel at least is showing me if I'm getting everything. Kinda showing. Oh, this almost washed out. It looks over there. I don't know. It looks really cool. Now this blending in, that looks really cool too. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the other one. I'm going to. That is really cool. The picture is cool. Is it? Yes. Here I see the green. It looks like a face. It's doing it with the green. Is this doing it? Is the sea salt being... Is it pushing the color away? The purple, it looks like a little bit. Maybe the blue toward the top. It doesn't look like it's doing it that much. What kind of ink was used? What kind of coloring stuff do you got in there? Pentel? I have no idea. It's not as... Oh, okay. I can sort of see in the purple. Right there a little bit. Well, you really have to look closely. That's wild. Okay, so let's see if I have... I don't have ponding or anything. I don't see any ponding. Do you see any ponding, Tammy? Viewers, do you see any ponding? Ooh, but that looks really cool. I see when I put the water on, taken off. It's taken off. Like this blue, this blue took over this blue. Wild, right? I think maybe because of the buckling, you know, it's slanted this way more and this way a bit, but it is coming down, I noticed too. So you can see, I noticed in the video with the Meaden one, I was able to watch the paper unbuckle as I was talking about it, and I didn't even see it. You know, I wasn't really paying attention to the paper, and But when I was watching the video, when I was doing the video, I wasn't paying attention to the paper, what it was doing. But when I was watching the video, I could see the paper shift a little bit. And that's normal because it's not as wet as when I first put the water on. Same thing probably with the first picture. Okay, so what I have to do here is I have to let it dry, and then I can scrape the salt off, and I can see some with the blue. Oh yeah, I can see that definitely. And some with this pink or magenta. That's another reason why I did the short strokes when I was coloring this paper in. Also, the next time I'm going to do markers that have a fine brush tip like that, the paper is going to be smaller, like half of this size, or maybe little pieces, quarters. I don't know. I'll be back. Okay, I think these are dry. And what I discovered about the blue, I'm thinking it was this blue, is that it stains the fingers, and it's kind of hard to get it off. I took a baby wipe to my fingers and I did a lot of scrubbing to get it off. And so that's something to note. And so what I want to do is I want to scrape the salt off of these two. I'll do that in fast forward mode. And I'm going to use this, which is a wood tile, and instead of using my hands, just in case the blue comes off of and gets on my fingers. So I'm going to use this. I was going to try and use a piece of acetate, but I can't find my pieces of acetate. I think they're upstairs, and I'm not going to go up there and get them. Okay, so let's start with the first one. And this one looked really cool when it was wet, right? It looks really cool right now. What is top and bottom? Does anybody know? No. Was it this? Was it this? I want to say it's this, but just because they're coming, you know, the purple is and blue is kind of pointing downward, so to speak. I don't know. I won't know until I get into editing and say, oh, that was upside down. Okay, fast forward. Now there is, I'm telling you, like the look there at the blue, you can see some dots, and that's the grain. Actually, that's the grain, the fine grain that kind of sometimes comes out. I'm trying to talk too fast, I think. Oh. And I wonder if I can. No, not as not as neatly. Definitely not without noise. Definitely a faster brush through, so I might try that from now on. So there is some, mostly what I see. So see, is that upside down? Right side up? I don't know. The design is really cool. Except for, like I said, I am not crazy about the green because it basically turned to brown. I was like, and it's not really because the purple blended in. The purple did not blend in, and the blue should have blended nicely in there. But these are individual. I'll hear a little bit, but no, the general color. Let's see how the other one looks, because didn't I use the so-called sap green, which is really olive there. This is before I take the salt off. It's a little bit. It's okay. But what is it about green? A lot of green colors, different green colors have a brown undertone. I had that problem with the Arteza watercolor brush markers, and I was not happy about that at all, because it was not a good look. You'd think it would not be a bad look, or that it would be a good look, because we think of trees. Trees in general are brown trunk and branches, and the leaves are green, or the needles are green. So you would think it would be a good combination. No. Okay. Fast forward, Tammy. Now this one had a much better effect, especially the dark blue. Wow, that was amazing. And not so much on the purple, kind of the opposite effect. That is weird, where the color stayed underneath the salt. And I pointed a little bit with the tile, like to look at the purple grains of salt there. But the other grains are mostly white. I do see some green here. So there is some on the lighter blue color, and not so much up there. And I can definitely see the streaking from the pen. So I'm thinking, if I try this again with these markers, I am going to use a much smaller piece of paper, like maybe cut a sheet like this in quarters. Now this was 9 by 12 paper. These two pieces make up one full piece of paper. And I just cut them in half. And then, so I think that's what I would do with those. Next time I use fine brush pens or something like that, that are water soluble or blendable with water, I'm going to use a much smaller piece of paper. Well, that's not too bad. It looks kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of like it, and I'm like, I like this part. That's really cool. I might use them for maybe bookmarkers, like to cut this way. Really cool. And then I might be able to doodle on these, because, well, I have to seal them first, but I might be able to doodle on them with permanent markers before sealing, and then seal them to make bookmarkers, possibly. That might be good, because they're a pretty good size for bookmarkers, lengthwise. And about this one, I might I don't know. I was thinking about adding more color to the white areas here. Maybe I'll take some watercolors or something and add just watercolor paint to these to make them somewhat, I don't know, fill in the white. Do I want to fill in the white? I kind of do want to fill in the white, because this is almost filled in. So maybe balance it out more here. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I know that these are not really good for watercolor and sea salt, which is weird. The next one is Sakura Koi watercolor brush pens, I believe they are called. I could be wrong, but those are watercolor markers. and they have a brush nib, so I want to try those. And when I was looking for something in the box. When I went to get these, I by the way, I put these in my order when I was off camera. So when I was looking for these packages, I saw Statler watercolor brush pens, and I'm like, oh, I haven't tried those yet, so I want to try those too. So I might be doing a couple of more watercolor and sea salt, you know, do it until I either get it right, but I already know how to do it, or do it until I can find the designs I actually truly like. I forgot to show you the progress on my found objects doodle. That's what I want to do when whatever art or craft activity I'm doing, to kind of come in and give you a progress update on the found objects doodle. And I bought, like I said, what did I do with them? That's my 35. So I've been using this micron pen, and this is a 0.35, and I've been using this pen, which is it's 0.8, and it's 0.50. So this is the 0.35, as you can see, much tinier. Much tinier. So I just went around. Yesterday I actually took a ruler and went around the edge, the border all the way around, and put a black border line on the edges. And then maybe the day before or the day before that, I'm not sure, I joined all of or traced over all the lines with the 0.50 one. And then tonight, while I was waiting for the pictures to dry, I did this one and this one over here. So you can't really see him. I don't know how well you can see him. So I worked on this one right here, and these two right here. So just to give you an idea, I like the doodles on the edges. So I've been doing these gradually, and then I did color in a couple of more spaces tonight. I maybe this one and another one. This one here, and then this one. Not a whole lot. I also started using the Kohinoor Magic 3-in-1 pencils, or they have 3 colors in one, and this you can't really tell, but this is one of them. There's a little bit of purple in there, and then this one, of course, this one too, and this one, and then this one is very noticeable. So that's kind of cool, actually. So it's just that it's like a work in progress, I guess, and I'll just periodically come in every 2 weeks to show you how much I've come along as far as getting this done. It's a great stress reliever after a long day of work and grading. That's all I have for you tonight. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a creative day. Bye.